West Liberty University and the University of Charleston. Let's play for the championship.
You know, I just like I told these guys just now in the locker room, extremely proud of them. With the exception, I told them, of 8 to 10 offensive possessions, I really thought we executed our game plan. And, you know, we got a little quick sometimes, and when you play fast normally, it's easy to do. It's hard to pull off the reins sometimes, but when we pulled off the reins and we were patient, we did what we wanted. And I really liked our effort defensively. We tried to switch defenses quite a bit, and I think it worked for the most part. We just made, you know, we kind of screwed up there at the end of regulation. We had one missed assignment, and if you guys couldn't tell who that was, he's blowing his eyes out. Senior, and he knows, but he had a heck of a day. 7.7 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, 2 turnovers. I mean, he played his butt off, and you know, he's hurting right now, and he knew he did it. But you know, we were right there, had a chance to win, and did everything we needed to do to win. I don't know how many teams this year had a 0 turnover margin against West Lib. You know, he only turned it over 15 times, and you know, their turnover margin is usually through the roof, and we kept it even. And you know, just proud of these guys. You know, when you're putting together a game plan, you're never sure whether guys are going to execute it and guys are going to do what you need them to do. And you know, for 90% of the game today, we executed it, and I really thought we deserved to win.
Oh, Mark, those 10% times your 10% that you guys didn't execute, it seemed like when you got up by 4 or 5, that's when you guys got impatient.
Yeah.
Like you wanted to make one shot that would make it a 20-point lead.
We talked about it. I mean, I can't tell you how many times this year we've talked about we don't need home runs, we don't need anybody trying to be a hero. We just need to be a team, and we have been. I mean, we won, what, 14 or 15 in a row, I don't know how many it was, but when we needed to bear down and make plays, and we've done it all year. And you know, and you know, I mean, like you said, we got a little bit quick there at times when we had a big lead and wanted to be a hero, but, you know, we really did make plays when we needed to make plays. I mean, the and-one dunk by PJ and the pass from Marcus was phenomenal. Marco Richardson made a big play. I mean, we made, and I'm sure I'm forgetting other people late in the game, but we just made some big plays. It's unfortunately, they made a couple too. They made some big threes, and that little kid, just, he can shoot. He was having a tough night, and you got to give him credit. He stepped up and made a big shot after having a bad night shooting the ball. So, you know, thought we played pretty well.
PJ, you first couple of games down here, I thought you had a decent floor game. You didn't shoot particularly well. Now, here you had 33. What got into you?
Championship game. I just feel like I had to step it up. Me and my team, everybody shot it well tonight. It was motivation for us. We lost this one, just go win the region.
Well, that's what I was going to say next. You guys, I mean, obviously you're not finished. I know this is hard, but at the same time, you're still playing. That's got to help, I hope, anyway.
Yeah, we just talked about that, you know, and you guys are hurting, but, you know, we got practice this week. That's not many teams in the country do, you know. We got practice again. Season's not over. And, you know, I told them how many times does, you know, a team lose in the conference tournament and go on and play, you know, get far in the NCAA tournament, you know, go to the Final Four, or go to the Sweet 16, or whatever it may be. You know, that team's, I told the guys this too, that team's top 5 in the country, so what are we? You know, I mean, that was nip and tuck and could have gone either way with it. And, you know, so, well, what are we? And with that effort, with the effort we had all week, I would assume we probably, with Shaw losing, and, well, we probably won't get above Shaw, but with people losing in the region, I would say we'd stay pretty firm where we're at, that 3rd spot, I would think. So everyone below us lost. So before today, so you know, you would think we'd keep that, and it's a pretty good place to be going in the NCAA Division II tournament. You know, you're away from the home team, you're on the other side of the bracket, and you know I've been on both sides. You know, at Arkansas Tech, we were on the #1 seed bracket, and then we were the #1 seed. So, you know, I always said to be on the other side and be 2 or 3 when you don't have to deal with the distractions and you still get to go on the road, and you know. Guys can focus. They don't have to go to class while they're there. I mean, it's a lot of big things. I mean, you know, these guys went to class all week. We're playing in the conference tournament, and we're in class the days of the games. You know, it's somewhat of a distraction. You know, nobody else is doing that. They're on the hotel eating pregame and watching film. So, you know, West Lib will be in class next week as they host the region. So, you know, I mean, it's just. I think we're in a pretty good spot. We just get to play again.
Is it better to go to West Liberty rather than somewhere like? Because it's a little closer. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, it's hard to play on anyone's home floor. But you know, I know these guys would be ready if we got to play them again. There's no doubt about that. You know, and hopefully we will get a chance to play them again. That means we've hopefully got all the way through to the region final. So, you know, we're gonna told these guys, let's start another streak. Let's play one game at a time. You know. If you took anything from today, it tells you that you could probably play with anybody in the country. So let's go. You know, we got the best 64, and let's go play against the best in the country.
Coach, last year's regional final, IUP and West Liberty, it was a similar situation. I think IUP was down 3 and had 6 or 8 seconds, whatever it was. And that coach was basically saying it's hard to draw something up because of the unpredictability of what they do defensively.
Right.
Did you face the same you know, situation there with not knowing the perfect play in that situation to call or whatever?
I knew what I wanted to call, but we've never done it before. You know, we work on situations all the time, but, you know, the play we tried to draw up, it didn't click quick enough, you know, and I liked what we were trying to do. I've done it before with other teams, and it's worked. But we just didn't go quick enough, and then I think we got a little antsy and threw the ball in too quick. You know, we didn't let the action happen, and we thought, oh, I'm going to get a 5 count, and we threw it into the wrong guy. We weren't supposed to go right into PJ. It wasn't supposed to be a heave from PJ. He was supposed to be kind of a decoy, and you know, it just didn't click. It didn't go off too quick. But yeah, you know, I knew they were going to man. I knew they were probably going to switch, which is what I wanted them to do. And, you know, it just didn't go fast enough. And if we would have clicked a little bit quicker, I think we would have got a better shot. But, you know, I can't. It's a new play that we just put in with 3 seconds ago in the conference championship game in overtime. I mean, you can't expect your guys, I don't care who it is, you know, the Lakers aren't going to execute a play they've never seen before perfect. So, you know, it's my fault. You know, we probably should have run something we're a little bit accustomed to. But we really don't have any side-out play in from half court to get a shot in 3 seconds. So you really, I don't know, not many teams do. You only get 20 hours a week, so you don't have a ton of time.
Did you consider for a second just attacking, not calling timeout?
Yeah, I did. And then I saw, well, we did, kind of.
Right.
I thought, my whole thought process was we're going to get the ball in quick, and I'm going to watch what happens.
Yeah.
And Marcus took off up the sideline. I knew the sideline was there. They were running 3 guys at him, and I thought, this is either going to be a foul or turnover. If it's foul, we're down, you know, we're down 3. So I thought maybe they would try to foul. So when I saw him get close to half court, I just used a timeout and let's draw something up. So it was just, it was let things happen and see what goes.
PJ, the last couple times that you guys had the ball, they really couldn't get you a good shot. Was really doing something different in the last few minutes of overtime, wasn't you? Or?
They played good D. You know, I took some bad shots, made a few bad decisions, but I still think we still had to play good offense. You know, like Coach said, we didn't get the ball in like we wanted to, but otherwise, I think we played good.
I'm guessing you guys don't feel like you lost this game either in the last, 6 seconds or even in overtime. Maybe, right?
I thought, I'm not saying they deserved to win because they made plays. They made plays, But I thought we deserved to win too.
Mm-hmm.
I thought whatever way that went, and that's life. Whatever they made shots, they deserved to win. But I thought we did too. I thought we had them where we want. Shoot, we played 39 minutes and 50-some seconds, pretty good, and just let him get away, and he made a shot.
You guys missed a lot of layups too, a lot of
We
buckets.
did. We didn't finish right around the basket, and that's that's kind of been we've done that a lot.
But you did shoot free throws well.
Yeah, we didn't shoot bad. We didn't shoot free throws particularly well early, but then made them late, and I'm really proud of them. It's the 4th ranked team in the country, and it's a conference championship. Think about what this team's done. I know you alluded to that the other day, but those guys, West Lib, most of those guys, with the exception of Ced and C.J. Hester, those guys have been around that program for quite a bit. They've gotten accustomed to that system and how they play. And in 2 years, and all these guys 1 year. These guys have won, what are we now, 26-6? 26-6. To have a lot of 1 year and 2 year guys, and everybody's new because I've only been here for 2 years, so they're all new to me and I'm all new to them. But for them to 26-5 or 6 now and go to the conference finals, take the number 4 team and give them all they can handle, that's crazy. I'm so proud of these guys. What an accomplishment, and so close to winning it, so close to being on top of the mountain, and and we're still playing. So I'm very proud of my team, and I've got a lot of faith in these guys that they're going to pick themselves up and come back and play even better the next time out.
This is a question for all the players. What is it that you guys like about Coach Downey's coaching and his system?
The freedom mainly really allows us to play. He's got your back. He's going to let you know when you mess up, but 2 plays later he's going to run a play for you to hit a 3. So he's got your back, and he gives you a lot of freedom. Really trust you.
Claudio doesn't like
I love the fact that he held us to a higher standard than we hold ourselves sometimes, Me coming in, at first I thought I was doing all right, but obviously, Coach Downey got bigger plans for each one of us, Sometimes we go to practice and he goes and he just yells at us like, man, you gotta get better, you gotta get better. But in all honesty, he sees greatness in us, and I love that about him. And that's what I love the most about Coach Downey.
I like that he won't give up on you. He won't let you go out and make the same mistake over and over. He push you to the limit where as you should play your hardest, and that's how he wants you to play. He won't let you play weak or nothing. If you're messing up, he gonna let you know you're messing up. And he got passion for the game. Sometimes it feel like when you playing, it's like he playing out there with you.